Scoby is the commonly used acronym for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, and is formed after the completion of a unique fermentation process of lactic acid bacteria, acetic acid bacteria, and yeast to form several sour foods and beverages such as kombucha and kimchi. Beer and wine also undergo fermentation with yeast, but the lactic acid bacteria and acetic acid bacteria components unique to Scoby are usually viewed as a source of spoilage rather than a desired addition. Both of these types of bacteria enter on the surface of barley and malt in beer fermentation and grapes in wine fermentation. The lactic acid bacteria lower the pH of beer, while the acetic acid bacteria take the ethanol produced from the yeast and oxidize it further into vinegar, resulting in a sour taste and smell. They are also responsible for the formation of the cellulose Scoby. In its most common form, Scoby is a gelatinous, cellulose-based biofilm or microbial mat found floating at the top of the liquid. This layer is known formally as a pellicle. Scoby pellicles, like sourdough starters, can serve the purpose of continuing the fermentation process into a new vessel, reproducing the desired product. This can be attributed to the Scoby's ability to not only house the symbiotic growth, but a small amount of the previous media and product due to its ability to absorb water. Scobies can vary greatly in cell density within the biofilm due to the fermentation conditions, leading to possible variations in the end product. Numerous studies are currently taking place to determine the optimal ratio of Scoby, if any, to liquid culture to ensure highest product consistency, as there are no standard operating procedures in place. Depending on the desired product of the Scoby, different species of bacteria and yeast are used. Scobies can be divided to start multiple cultures or dehydrated for storage and later use. Once removed, the culture will begin to regenerate a new pellicle, known informally as a baby Scoby. This process can be repeated multiple times. To create a Scoby, for example a kombucha Scoby, the first step is to have yeast ferment sugars into ethanol and carbon dioxide. The second step is the introduction of different bacteria into the liquid culture to convert the ethanol into organic acids such as lactic acid or acetic acid. These processes are known as lactic acid fermentation and ethanol metabolism. A possible byproduct of this reaction is cellulose, which serves as the foundation for the Scoby biofilm. Like yeasts, the species of bacteria chosen, as well as the culture conditions, directly affect both the characteristics of the liquid kombucha product, as well as the composition and morphology of the Scoby pellicle. Once the internal conditions of the co-culture are in place, the symbiotic mixture is left to ferment. Certain studies have claimed optimal fermentation time to be 10 days, but the duration depends on the physical conditions and on the product you wish to achieve. The Queensland University of Technology and the State Library of Queensland have been using kombucha Scoby to produce a workable biotextile called vegan leather.